welcome to another model chat with Spartan 086, and today we're doing World War II's iconic M3 Halftrack, again done by Forces of Valor. A wee bit of information about this vehicle: it was manufactured by Autocar and the Diamond T White Car Motor Company. Ooh. It had a 147 horsepower engine, which was a white 160AX. It was produced from 1941, and the number built until the end of World War II was 53,000. It came about for a proposal of another type of half-track, the M2, but due to US Army requirements, the M3 came about first. It was used first by US troops in North Africa and was christened the Purple Heart Boxes because of its thin armour and its renowned, you could say, is basically casualties constantly. Every time probably getting a contact, though anybody situated inside of these was getting pounded with shrapnel or even rounds. I don't know how thin the armour was on it. I've been trying to find some information, never got that, but it was pretty thin. Overall, it had not bad armament. The originals had a 50 cal on top, and then they had, later on, they added two 30 cal machine guns to the sides of the vehicle. The idea of that is quite good when you think about it. Obviously, in the desert, you know, half tracks are brilliant. I mean, most World War II films you'll see half tracks in them. The idea is sound. The armament was good. Obviously, they're talking about armour, but remember, these aren't designed for heavy contact. These were designed as a troop transport to provide a small amount of cover. Obviously, maybe it wasn't good enough, but you know, you do get some people who go, "Oh my god, it should be chobom that's all over it and I should be able to sit in it while nuclear rounds go off around me." Well, no, sorry pal, that's not what happens. There were several variants that were produced of the M3 Halftrack. One of them you'll see if Forces of Valor did was the AAA Quad 50s. You get two variants or three variants of these, and they came into being. Obviously, you have the Normandy version, then you have the Battle of the Bulge Bastogne version, and this one was another type of Normandy one. I think this was supposed to be the start of D-Day, and then but I think actually it's the same one as this, but this is supposed to be a latter version. And as you see with most early Unimax, fantastic paint jobs, great weathering, great rustic version. You know, it's you can see with here that the paint's fading, etc. On this one, it looks like it's pretty brand new, but that might be the effect they're going for, because you do see here there is a bit of mud and things along the guards here, so maybe that is the version. But you know, I'm so used to with Unimax and the later versions just to be put the paint on and ship it out. The other version that M3 came about was 105. If anybody's ever seen Kelly's Heroes, there you go, at the start when they're all kicking about in the village and they're all talking about stuff, and then obviously the supposed tiger arrives. I think that was a T-34 basis it was built on. It arrives and you'll see two guys bugging out in a 105 half-track, and then they bug back in. It's quite good. It served in all theatres of World War II. It went on to serve very well after that. The Israelis did pretty well with their half-tracks right up through the 6-Day War. As far as I know, they were still using them. I think they're still in service with the Israelis now in the reserve force. Mexico still uses theirs. A lot of third world countries took them on. Southeast Asia, I think Philippines used them. The Brits had a Lend-Lease version called the M5. So you know, getting christened the Purple Heart coffin boxes is one thing, but obviously it was brilliant for the job. I mean, you can't blame it. But so anyway, we'll get into Forces of Valor, because that's what the video is about. As you see here, Forces of Valor did a couple of versions. You will see the normal vanilla type of half track was this one on the right. This one I think was for latter day Normandy, and this one here was supposed to be D-Day itself. And this came ashore obviously with the extra, etc. For troop complements and ammunition and all kinds of stores to be brought ashore. These have been sitting on a shelf gathering so much dust that I'd actually forgot about them, and when I went to do this video, had no idea where they were. And I was actually a bit panicky. I went, oh my god, please don't say I've left them at Mole Flat. As you see with these ones, the quad 50s, they're alright, in good nick. Obviously, the one at the end is missing its 50 cals. They're easily just put back on. Actually, I'm going to go through that as well. Somebody did comment on one of the videos about suspension system on the handle mags, so I thought I would get a wee bit more detail actually on the model, something I've probably been lacking. So you can actually take the boxes off, the ammo boxes, and the 50 cals off of this. The turret is movable and it can be elevated. Wheels are turnable, so they should work. Something I should talk about is that most of the early stuff with Unimax all worked in unison. Now, if you had a Tiger tank and you moved the right track, the left track would move, etc., vice versa. The same with these. If the wheels could turn right and left, they would do it. The tracks moved, the whole tracks moved. Right track moved, left track would move in unison with it. You'll find later on they tended to be, they would still move but not in unison, and then just some of them didn't move at all, which is a big disappointment for any of the collectors. I will show you this one's tracks here. It's actually got quite a good wee suspension system in play. As you see, they do move. I wouldn't advise it to, push it if they're not going to move, because you don't want to pull and then end up breaking the model. But you can see the suspension system on that. Nah, that didn't move at all there. I'll try this one. Let's see. No, it's not moving at all. Oh no, there you go. So, as you can see, the version here moves, and it does have a pretty neat wee suspension, obviously. So they did a good job on this. Overall, well done. There's no more talk of the supporting vehicles. Forces of Valor did comment on something and say that they would be doing the M3A2. So for anybody who likes modern armour, there you go. Overall, the M3 versions are great. All the versions they brought out, obviously from the Baston to the Normandies, the Quad 50s. I would love to see them if they could do a 105 version. That would be fantastic, since they already do the 105 howitzer itself, so that would be quite a neat wee thing to do. If you've got these, they were plentiful. Still a few kicking about, so you can still bag one pretty well. But overall, good model. As you've seen before, I was showing you the suspension and the wheel turning. I'm going to try and do that a wee bit more in my videos. I'm glad that guy pointed it out, because obviously if you are thinking of purchasing anything, it is good to see how things are working. So make sure I do that from now on, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what the next video is going to be. I think I'm starting the modern armour collection, but I've still got a large amount of 21st century vehicles to do, so I might start doing videos on them. Now, if you are a Forces of Valor collector and you've not heard of 21st century vehicles, they are a good one to get. They're not as detailed as Forces of Valor, and they don't carry a lot of metal to their frames, but they are good versions to get. And obviously you can get different aspects of them as well. When you do Forces of Valor Panthers and Jag Panthers, it's just the same model, just a different paint job. 21st century do ones, and they've got the different exhausts on them, different versions with the capulars and that. So that is something to see. And they do ones that Forces of Valor don't do, like the Herzer and Marder. 2 versions there. You also get, by the way, they're on 1 to 32 scale as well, so they match the Forces of Valor in case you're doing a diorama or anything. They will match with it. They also do the M18 Hellcat. You've got M41 Bulldog as well, they do. And I'm trying to see, because I've got a few of them kicking about. They also did D-Day versions, where you could get Sherman Fireflies and Sherman Dozers. So, you know, if you see them about, they're good ones to pick up, especially guys that are doing dioramas. They're fantastic for that. Well, that says, I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you do see them and you do like, please like the videos, and do drop us a subscription. Not a problem with me. If you see something you don't like, or see something you do like, or see something you want more information about, please drop a comment. I usually do reply within a day to get to these. I found myself, actually, I've got a delivery the other day there. I've got 3 new Forces of Valor vehicles that arrived, so I will probably do another video on them for everybody to see. Probably be an ongoing thing. I have several ongoing customization models ongoing with my Forces of Valor collection. I have a M1A2 Tusk 2 that I've converted from an M1A1. I've got a Challenger 2, which was for, obviously the only version Forces of Valor did was for Optelic. That's been converted to a Challenger 2 Tez. I have a Hanamog that has been converted to a Hanamog Nebelwerfer. So I've got the rockets going on that, so hopefully I'll get a wee video showing them up soon. Hope you guys are liking the videos. And obviously things are a lot changed out there, so everybody's back to normal. So I hope you're all well, keeping well. And apart from that, I will see you in the next video. So take care, bye bye.